Welcome, everyone. We're really excited to have you join us for our Experience VCC Virtual Open House event. My name is Mike, and I'll be your moderator today. I'd like to take this opportunity in acknowledging that we are on the traditional and unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, the traditional territories of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. This session is an opportunity for you to learn more about our VCC technology programs. On our agenda, we have representatives who will speak about the respective program for about 2 to 3 minutes each. So let's start off with computer system technologies. Over to you, Rez.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining. Our program is a diploma program, which we just went through an update to it. So the program that will be available from September is 76 credits. It's can be completed in 2.5 years in a general pace without having to go too fast or too slow. It's a full-time program. The first year is setting up the foundation for software development in general, for learning what is a computer. We start from assuming that you're a high school graduates level. You have to have a basic math and command of English at the technology level. And then the first year really is setting you up to learn how to design a software. What is a computer? What are you supposed to do, to what languages you're supposed to learn, the basic languages to developing web programs, web applications, mobile applications, or generic PC applications. In the second year, we have advanced courses that goes in deep into creating actual projects in both teams and individual level. So the second year courses are really all hands-on, and you're supposed to be developing actual apps during the course. And the program finishes by a capstone project at the end, which usually it's going to be an industry level project, which you will work in a very close environment, very close to the real software company setting. It means following project management, agile development, and basically dividing tasks among team members. That's where you show off what you can do as a junior software developer when you get out. So when you graduate, you can work as a junior software developer for web applications, for mobile development, or for generic software development. So this is a good program for anyone that has this, this desire to generate these apps that he or she uses, on a regular basis on computers, developing graphic-based applications, UI-based applications, mobile, on Android, on iOS. So we have courses that basically get you deep into these fields. And for having it as a five-term program. So each year you have 3 terms. And last year, as I said, it finishes by you basically concentrating on doing your capstone project working with one of our instructors, which are usually most of our instructors are really industry professionals, which they teach as a part-time with us. So I think my time is up, so I'll be really happy to answer any questions you guys have. Feel free to put it up, and I'll be answering it as it comes through. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Reza. Okay, next we have CAD and BIM. So over to you, Maurice.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this VCC Experience session. We are CAD and BIM. And you may ask, what is CAD and BIM? It is a computer-aided drafting and design program. What is CAD? CAD is computer-aided 2D drawings. BIM is building information modeling in 3D. And what will I do, you may ask? Well, you will develop and prepare engineering drawings using 2D and 3D software for drafting. How much will I make Well, according to the Source 2020 Job Bank Wage Report at Work BC, the starting wage is around $20 per hour. The medium wage is around $30 per hour. And the highest wage is, well, the higher wage is $39 per hour. The annual median provincial salary is $62,568. Will you get a job? Most likely, yes. According to Work BC, this is a high opportunity occupation, or HOO. So there's many job opportunities right now and in the future. You may ask, how do I get in? All you need is a grade 12 graduation. And what do we offer here? We offer a 1-2-year diploma with 2 specialties. There are actually 4 specialties to choose from: architectural, civil structural, steel construction modeling, and mechanical. You may exit though after 1 year and receive a certificate instead of a diploma. And the cost. The cost for a diploma is approximately $13,000 for 2 years. About half the cost for if you drop out as a certificate for 1 year. And that's about it.
Okay, great. Thanks, Maurice.
You're welcome.
We'll move over to electronics repair technology. So over to you, Gio.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gio, and I'm the department head of electronics programs. Our current program, named Electronics Repair Technology, is a 2-year diploma. It's a program that is designed for training hands-on electronics technicians who can perform very well in a variety of positions in electronics and electrical industries in Canada and US. Through this program, our students, first of all, learn the required theory for having a good understanding of how electronic systems work. And we have a well-equipped classroom, which is equipped with the latest technology for presentation, like everything from A to Z that you need to have in a modern classroom. Then after the theory, students will learn how to simulate the response of an electronic circuit that they learned about. So they can manipulate the circuit on the computer without having any hardware. So they can see what the results would be on a scope that comes out of the display of that software. It shows you what the response of your circuit is before you start putting the hardware together. And finally, we take our students to our modern lab, and our lab instructors, who are really like top of the line industry experts, help them to turn those theories to lab and workshop hands-on experiments. So they do all of these experiments to learn how what they've learned before really works in a real life situation. Just to help our students achieve the real life experience, we have equipped our electronics lab with top of the line tools, instrumentations, and the equipment which are commonly used in high-end electronics industry. Whichever like big company you go to, Amazon, Google, or any of those, they wouldn't have anything that you haven't seen in our lab. I mean, we have the top of the line techniques in our lab. Then having hands-on experience with those modern tools and instrumentation helps us, our students, to perform very well from day one that they get their employment, and they can roll up their sleeves right away and start like as a professional on their job. And virtually they wouldn't need any kind of supervision. Also, our lab has another section of appliance and large TV, large, when I say large, up to 100-inch TVs that we can repair. Our students can have hands-on experiment on that side of the lab, which I asked Mike to share the photo with you. That's a photo that shows the students are working on the appliances. They're repairing a microwave oven. Each group has their own appliance, and they're working on it. And as you can see, they can have all the theory on that big monitor. So whenever they need to go back to the theory, they can do that too. Having all of those types of modern appliances and television sets in that section gives our students the opportunity to earning real life experience. I mean, because they're putting their hands on the same thing that they're going to be dealing with in the real industry. They troubleshoot, they like put everything together, they make sure that they fix the problem. The issue usually is placed into the appliance by the instructors intentionally to make sure that they know what they are looking for, and the students need to find and troubleshoot and then make a report after that. Just to give you a bit of understanding of what's going on with our program, I have a man who's one of our best students in the class. He would share his VCC experience with you, as he's being hired by one of the biggest companies in Canada, and he's been working with them for almost a year now. Up to you, Matt. Please go on.
Thank you, Gio. Hi, everyone. My name is Man. I'm a student of the electronic repair technician technology. Last week, I just finished my third semester. From my studies at VCC, I have learned how to operate and repair different kind of household appliances, such as the refrigerator, the electric range, the gas range, the dryer, the dishwasher, microwave, computer, and television as well. And for my last term, it will be started in coming September. So I will be also learning how to repair the mobile devices. Electronic repair technology program is designed to train technicians who are ready to start their job virtually with no extra training at day one. The electronics lab have been decided to build and make students to be more familiar with the latest top-of-the-line tools, equipment used in today's electronics industry. That's what you can see. This is our classroom. All of the appliance is very new, and you can easily to find it in the market. And instructors are industry experts, and they are very familiar with the latest technology as well. Last year, and after only finished my first term, I start my first electronics repair job at Best Buy. This is made possible by Geo help and encouragement. And I'm so glad that I have taken this program. It's great combination of the theory and hands-on learning. If you are interested in electronics, don't hesitate. Come and join us. Thank you so much. This is my sharing.
Okay, thanks so much, Man and Gio. That's fantastic. I love always hearing about the student success stories. So congratulations, Man. We'll now go to network security. So over to you, Sid.
Thank you, Michael. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sid Kuller, and I'm happy to talk about the IT programs that are offered through continuing studies, one of which is the network security. These programs that are offered through continuing studies, quite often they are offered on a part-time basis. So you could be working or engaged in other commitments during your daytime and taking courses in the evenings. Most of the courses are offered in the evenings. There might be a few which would be offered probably in the daytime, and sometimes on Saturdays as well. They can be great learning opportunities for you, whether you are wanting to launch a career in the IT industry, or you want to upskill, or if you are switching careers. In fact, over the past many years, we have had students coming in from, one of the students was a chef, and they decided to change careers, after working in the restaurant industry for almost a decade. As a student came from the trade side, and they had a lot of experience in the trades, but they wanted to switch over to IT. So we do see a lot of career transitions with our students and graduates. And yeah, these courses can also support you in your industry certification exams, which are highly valued by the employer. So whether you are already in IT or you want to build a career, there are certain courses which will definitely provide you the skills and the knowledge you need to write those industry certification exams. And then sometimes we also see students who are taking courses out of for professional development reason because of how flexible these courses can be. Sometimes you don't even have to enroll in the whole program, depending on the program. You can also take courses piecemeal or a la carte. And we have had students who took 1 or 2 courses just to get a taste of to see how the program is. And one of the students actually wanted to build their own computer and their own kind of a home networking infrastructure. So that student took a few courses just because they were so interested in doing that. So when it comes to network security, the network security program is for those who have an existing IT background. Because there is an application for this program, and you do need to have a prior IT knowledge to be enrolled and admitted into this program. This program can be completed in a very short time frame, as little as 2 semesters. So this program has 5 courses, and the focus is to get you prepared for an entry into the network security domain. So for example, you could be looking as a graduate, you could be looking for jobs as a junior role in digital forensics or in security analysis, which may involve network monitoring, configuring endpoint security. You know, you keep hearing about the hackers, red team, blue team. You may be involved in penetration testing. You may end up in an auditing role, maybe disaster recovery, and so on. So there's quite a different areas that you can end up in. And talking about a practical experience, I want to express appreciation for our team of instructors who have been in the industry for more than 15 plus years, and some of them still continue to work in their field every day. So what that means is that whatever the latest security tools and techniques are there in the industry, you get to learn that from our instructors. Some of them are working, one of the instructors is working at a bank, and one of the instructors is working for a large professional organization as a digital security manager. So just to give you an idea of who would be your educators should you choose to take this program. And our graduates have secured positions in a variety of sectors in the education, small business, healthcare, consultancy. So, some students have had prior experience. Some of them are totally new. However, there is a lot of opportunities out there because the tech sector overall is quite growing in British Columbia. So I leave it at that for now.
Yeah, thanks, Sid. We'll move over to IT operations professional, and that's you again, Sid.
Okay, thank you. So so moving on from network security to IT operations professional, the IT operations professional is kind of a very unique program in itself. It can be a great entry point for a fulfilling career in IT. The curriculum, this is kind of a relatively new curriculum, was built with consultation from industry, again, from our instructors and from people in the industry who are working in the field. They helped drive what needs to be taught to the students to get them ready and prepared for not only the immediate landscape in IT, but also what's going to be 5 years down the line. And this program is quite flexible. It is once again part-time, and this one does not have any application fee. So you can take courses individually as long as you meet the course prerequisites, if any. There are a total of 9 courses for this. There is also a short certificate exit pathway. So if you want to get some credential, you can take 3 courses, the 3 specific courses, and you can take a short certificate. You can always take a break for a term or 2 and come back and complete the remaining 6 courses to get your full certificate. We offer courses throughout the year in each term, basically. So you can have multiple entry points in the program. So you can enter into the program in May, the upcoming spring term, September, or January. And as I mentioned, the classes are mostly in the evenings, and you have up to 3 years to complete. So it's a mix of hands-on and theory, and you gain so much practical experience. And what do you learn in that? Basically, you learn to operate, maintain, coordinate, the use of local and wide area network, data center networks. There is hardware and software related components that you learn about the applications. There is security concepts in IT that you will learn about, repairing, performing basic repairs on the computer hardware, implementing, designing, building the server environment in a local area network. You will also gain some skills that can help you manage small to medium scale IT projects. And also you would be able to administer and provide support for a variety of operating systems, Windows, Linux, Windows Server, and so on. So essentially, when you graduate, you would be ready to work as a user support technician, help desk technician, as a computer network technician. Those are some of the common jobs that you'd be looking at. Should you have some prior experience? I know one of our students had a little bit of prior experience, and they were able to directly get into work as a network administrator. So that's always a possibility. And so the jobs are everywhere basically, because IT is everywhere, from traffic control to banking to social media to communications to shopping, to entertainment, hospitality, tourism, healthcare, education sector. There's IT departments all over the place. So there's a lot that's available to you. And as I mentioned, BC is a growing sector, and one of my colleagues mentioned that Amazon is right in Vancouver, and they are hiring a lot of tech workers. So is Microsoft, and not just the big enterprises, but also the smaller players definitely have a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have in the chat, or you can also reach out to us through our program email. Over to you, Michael.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Sid. And lastly, we've got the VR/AR design and development. Over to you, Kat.
Thank you. Hi, so my name is Kat, and I'm one of the instructors at the VR AR Design and Development, where VR stands for virtual reality and AR stands for augmented reality. And we're a pretty new program. That is a joint program between two schools, the VCC and the BFS, the Vancouver Film School. We have 4 terms total, with 2 terms each per one school. In our program, you will learn about all aspects of the VR AR development. So what are the specifics of the virtual reality apps and related software, how you can prototype VR apps, how you would design them, because they need to be specifically designed as, it's another medium than desktops or mobile platforms. We teach you how to pitch your project to potential client or an investor, and how to produce your app. And that is, we teach you everything. So you would learn how to code. You'll learn to create your own assets, which is 2D assets, 3D models, textures, particles, animations, or where to get them if you don't want to create them personally. We'll teach you also how to design interactions in your application, your levels, level design. And in the end, once you are able to make your own app by yourself, how to ship it and sell it on all platforms that are available. So we teach students everything about both the software and the hardware. So you'll be working with all the recent VR equipment. We always try to be up to date with everything, because this is such a quickly evolving industry. So there's always new things. There are always stuff to figure out, which is always fun for both students and even the instructors, because we feel like we're constantly working on something new. And I feel like that energy is one of our biggest strengths in our course. Apart from hardware, the software will teach you includes Maya, Autodesk Maya, Adobe Photoshop, Unreal and Unity engines, a lot of other supplementary apps. So again, there's a lot of stuff that you'll be exposed to, and I think it's great. We also will show you some advanced techniques, like there is a studio, mockup studio, motion capture studio at the VVS campus, and we always try to expose students to that sort of technology, as well as photogrammetry, some sound design workshops, portfolio workshops. Basically, we have a lot of support for you, regardless of which specialization you may want to take. All our instructors are either industry specialists who are currently working in the VR field, or they were working, until recently, or they're working in a very closely related field. So we are all, again, up to date with everything that is happening in the virtual world. We're coders, designers, artists, business owners, and we all want to share experience with you. So I think that's always super helpful, and students are always appreciate how we can give them relevant info to like the current state of the industry. So I feel like that is important. And our third and fourth term are, I think they're worth mentioning, because students are working directly with the clients and companies, both from BC and from outside. For example, we had client projects where students were working with SpaceX. So that was super cool. That was very, very fun. It's always fun. The client projects are always very impressive. Despite us being a very new program, we're getting a lot of positive feedback, and students are happy. We're happy. It's very, very fun to be part of this program. So I just wanted to share the positive energy with you. And yeah, that's mostly it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much, Kat. You said you're coders and designers. I think you're gamers too, because you got
oh yes,
great Legend of Zelda wallpaper back there.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we play lots of games. That's called research.
That's my childhood right there. I'd like to bring to your awareness our social media channels for some of our programs here. For CAD and BIM, VCC CAD BIM for Facebook and Instagram. And for the computer systems, computer technology, it's VCC Technology on Facebook. Okay, we'll jump right into the Q&A portion. I can see that there's some questions that have been submitted, and I see some of the program reps have been actively responding, so thanks for that. Maisha has a question: are all courses offered both on campus and virtual for the 2023 year? That's a good question. Do you have a program in mind, Maisha, or is it just in general? Computer systems. Reza, are you able to answer that? Are the courses going to be offered online or in person next year? Okay, in person and in our own modern labs. Okay, that's good to know. One from TAC, can I have a drafting info session link to register, please? Yeah, Aziz, if you could type in the info session link, vcc.ca/info. It's also on our homepage as well, TAC. We've got a button on our homepage at vcc.ca. So if you are interested in other info sessions that may happen in the future, just visit that page on a regular basis if you can. Okay, question from S. When will you receive schedules once accepted? Is that for a particular program, S, or just in general? Oh, for CAD and BIM.
Well, I'll take a stab at this. I believe it works like this, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. The class schedule is set so that once a student is admitted to the program, then they should receive their class schedule fairly shortly thereafter. That's my understanding. So students ought to know their actual class schedule shortly after they're admitted, and that would be specific class schedule. General class schedule, that's on our website. Generally, our classes run September to June, or September through April, or for our short certificate, September through November, just 14 weeks. Okay, and thanks. Also, if you go to the website, you can actually see the sequence of courses. That also gives you a general idea of the schedule.
Okay, thanks, Tim. Okay, one from Clara. She is SQL part of any program? I'm not sure if they are in computer science or math and statistic program. Looks like Reza has answered that. So SQL is part of CST diploma, and we have multiple courses on it. A question about the typical class size in computer systems, and Reza indicates 12 to 22. Okay, interesting. On that note, does all the program reps, do you want to talk about typical class size while we're on the subject? Maybe Gio, you can go first. Yeah.
Sure. Yes, our classes can be at any size up to 24 students at the moment.
Okay. Tim?
CAD and BIM is up to 18 students per class, up to 18 students per instructor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kat?
For us, for now, we grow each year. This class this year was 15 people, although that is for VCC, the first term, usually we have slightly less because we have people joining later, but I would say around 15 people.
Okay. Sid?
Yeah, for us, it's usually between 8 to 15 if it's an on-campus class. Some courses are delivered blended, so they have a little larger cohort size.
Oh, I see. Okay. And Reza, I think you said 12 to 22, right? Okay. Okay, thank you, Angela, for the CAD and BIM class times.
Hi, everyone. Just also to chime in on the class schedule. So usually we register students in the classes about a few weeks or a month before classes begin. So you'll be able to check your final class schedules usually a few weeks before. But some sample schedules are posted on the website.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, thanks, Angela. Anyone else have any other questions?
Maybe there is a question about partnership between SFU and VCC. There is a computer science kind of department that is mostly doing transfer program. Mm-hmm. So they do have official partnership that you study basically a year and a half, 2 years here in VCC, and then you continue it in SFU. I don't know if you have anybody to talk about that, but you can easily find those information on VCC's website. You can just go to continuing studies, and they do have some programs that they are basically tailored exactly for this.
I'm happy to share some information about that. So if your plan is to get a job after getting a diploma, then the computer systems technology diploma is perfect because it's really training for employment. But if your plan is to go for like an academic bachelor degree program in the future, we do have the 1-year certificate and also a 2-year associate degree in computer science. So these two are quite different pathways. For the computer science associate degree or the certificate programs, those are more academic. You'll be learning a lot about math and some coding as well. But then if you're looking for employment right after a 2-year or 2.5-year program, then it's the computer systems technology program that Reza was talking about. That will be very helpful for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, again, I see a question from Meisha. So I think a little bit Angela answered that. So it depends what you're really planning to do. Are you planning to go on and get a bachelor in computer science in, let's say, from SFU? Then that transfer program is from computer science department is more suitable for it. As she explained, there is two versions, a year and a year and a half version. And our program, Computer System Technology, is a standalone program. It's a really career-oriented program. You are basically work ready to work as a junior software engineer when you get out. That's the goal of our program.
Okay, thanks, Reza. And Maisha, I hope that answered your question. And this is what I've heard from our advisors as well. So this is just general advice to everyone. If you do speak with an advisor, it may help to tell them, what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? Is it to build on a career or choose another career path, or is it to build on your existing education? If you can tell them what your goals are, then they'll guide you to appropriate path and options for you to achieve that.
And also to add a little bit more comment, you can still continue later on in SFU if you like, and you can transfer many of our courses if you take. But usually, if that's really your goal, it's better to go into a transfer program directly.
I know some of you program representatives have spoken about the job market and what that's like. I wonder if you could speak a little bit more about that. Like, how many students are able to find work once they graduate?
Maybe I can just start. Our program started 3 years ago. So we had just our graduates starting coming out from last term. We had 2 graduates which are already working in industry. I was trying to get one of them to come to our session, but it just didn't, the scheduling didn't work with his work schedule. So I couldn't get him to come here.
That's good to hear.
We are having a couple of more, actually 4 more graduates this term. Some of these are graduates actually directly go to, they get referred by our instructor, because I said many of our instructors work in industry. So they usually handpick those that they like and directly send them to their company. So, so really, yeah, it's computer programs usually, or IT programs are, job-wise, really, there is no issue really. No. Yeah.
It's a hot industry right now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, Tim, do you want to go next?
Yeah, same thing with CAD and BIM. The industry is busy right now, and we have many employers coming to us directly, asking us to send them students. Lots of our students receive multiple job offers before they graduate. And the jobs they get are permanent full-time jobs, and making a good salary, a very good starting salary. And the pay scale goes up fairly rapidly. So it's a pretty good job. It's a pretty good investment when you consider that it's a 10-month investment of time, or a 2-year investment of time. You pay $13,000 for a 2-year diploma, which sounds expensive in 2 years of your life, but the thing is the return on your investment is pretty high. You get there's an excellent chance you can get a good paying career type job that makes good money.
That's a good way of putting it, Tim. Investment. And Angela, yeah, thanks for sharing your story about a friend. That's great to hear. With COVID, I'm sure there was a lot of uncertainty, but it's good to see that your friend was able to get a job right away.
Wow.
Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Gio, yeah, sure.
Yes, our student man who just mentioned what he's done and how he got the job. He was only like on his before starting his second term that he got the job. And we are just our first cohort, which is included man. They are on the third. They're just finished the 3rd term, and the program is brand new program. We started last January 2021, and I'm in talks with another big company that I can't mention the name, but they are going to hire 2 of our other students as well. And I've been approached by another company that I still haven't chatted with them, but we're going to have some talks. It seems that there are good, the big companies are welcoming our programs from VCC, and I'm really glad about that.
No, that's great. And man is proof of that.
Well, I just share some of my experience working in Best Buy now. I just fix up some appliance this morning. I go to work in this morning. I just easy to fix up the refrigerator and 2 washer and 1 microwave. All learned from the course. This is very practical, hands-on, and have a very strong base of the theoretical theory as well. So I highly recommend the people, friends, if they really enjoy or interest of electronics, just join us. Yes.
Sounds like if you like taking things apart, this could be a good career path for someone, right? Who wants to go next? I think Sid and Kat.
Sure, I can go next.
Okay, Kat, yeah.
Yeah, so at our program, it's actually it's a very relevant question because the fourth term is actually getting our students to work with clients, and that's been going pretty good. As far as I'm aware, most of our students after graduation, they are either working in VR related companies, or often they also do their own thing, because some people in our course, they already, for example, are freelancers, and they have their own company and are looking to expand their knowledge, or they decide to start their own thing, like working freelance working for now and then maybe joining a company. So yes, we see a very high rate of people working in relevant fields.
Okay, interesting. Sid, do you want to go next?
Sure. So yeah, students enter a variety of positions, as I had mentioned, in the healthcare sector, in retail, because IT is pretty much everywhere. And more specifically, I remember one student got a system administration position at a pharmaceutical company. And that happened even before he completed his last course in the program. So before he graduated, basically, he got that position. There is a lot of upward mobility with in terms of IT security and operations fields. So one of the students was quite hardworking, and over the few years, the student got themselves into a lot of industry certifications and updates, and now they are working at a senior executive position at a large institution. And then there is another student who started up his own consultancy firm. So he supports his IT family business, and also, does some consultancy work in IT. There is one student who ended up working for a legal firm on the island. So that was very nice to hear or know. And there is one student who he's traveling all over BC because there is a lot of support that's required in some of the far off communities, and there's always a shortage of IT folks to support with the network infrastructure and so on. So he's always on the move. I think he likes traveling, but so he's always wanting to take courses online because he's always on the go. So yeah, there is a lot of areas students get into, and I would say it's a pretty hot field.
Yeah, no doubt, with Amazon and Microsoft moving shops close to our downtown campus, actually. Oh, there's a question. Okay, Shazia, about scholarships that are available. I wonder, Angela, is that something you can help answer?
Yeah, so there are different entrance awards that students can apply. So that would be before you are enrolled at VCC. And after you are a VCC student, there might also be other types of awards and scholarships that you may potentially qualify for. So I'll try to find you that financial aid website, but there will be scholarships and awards opportunities that you can qualify for. And some scholarships and awards are program specific, some are general for everyone. So I'll try to find a link for you.
Okay, thanks, Angela. Shazia, we'll hope to have that link for you shortly. Another question from TAC. CAD and BIM is full-time and there's no part-time option. Is that correct, Tim?
Well, that is correct.
Okay.
But it's a matter of definition because all of our classes, all of our programs are full-time. The classes are 3 days a week only.
Okay.
And 2 days are in the classroom. 1 day is online, which means students only come into campus on 2 days during the week. 1 day they're online. The other 4 days of the week, they're totally free to do whatever they like work at a job.
Okay, great. Thanks, Tim. We'll take one more question from Maren about network administration technology. Is network administration technology and security, is it a good course? How will we get placed after studying this course in VCC? Is this course same as network security? Okay, Sid, thank you for replying to that.
Yeah, so I didn't answer the second part of the question, which I thought I would
Okay.
answer live through voice. So the network security is an advanced certificate. So for the network administration technology and security, the diploma program, you do not need to have an IT specific credential. But for the network security, you do need that in your application. You are asked as a requirement to submit prior credential in the IT field. So that's an advanced certificate versus the diploma.
Okay, thanks so much, Sid. I'd just like to bring to your attention services for students. So Angela mentioned about financial services, so we do have that available. So we have advising services, financial aid, Indigenous services, disability services, counseling services, and free professional tutoring. So if you go to vcc.ca/services, you'll find more information about those resources. For next steps, I encourage everyone to attend an info session. So go to vcc.ca/info and keep an eye out for upcoming info sessions. I already mentioned a couple that were coming up. If you have any more questions, we encourage you to meet with an advisor. If you'd like a more one-to-one experience with an advisor, you can book an appointment with an advisor at vcc.ca/advising. And lastly, if you are you're ready to make the jump and you are ready to apply for a program, we'd be thrilled to have you join us. Just go to vcc.ca/apply. Okay, I think that's it. We're out of time now, so I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today, and I'd like to thank the program representatives for all your excellent answers to the questions that have come in. So thanks very much, and to all the participants, we hope that you consider coming to VCC. We'd love to have you join us, and we look forward to seeing you on campus. Okay, thanks everyone.